Yes, hello. My name is Alan Turing, and I am a homosexual. The Imitation Game, released in 2014 and is directed by Morton Tildum, who's also directed such films like Headhunters and Passengers. Remember that sci-fi romantic thriller movie that really didn't know what it was? That one. And this film stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, Matthew Good, Charles Dance, and Mark Strong. And welcome to episode 89 of Caleb Watches Movies. We are so close to episode 100, 11 episodes away, and today we are talking about a film which is starring my favorite actor. Which is a very difficult thing to nail down because there are so many actors that I look up to. Growing up, I probably would have told you that my favorite actors were Jim Carrey and Robin Williams. But as I've gotten older, it's become more and more difficult to nail down, hey, who is exactly my favorite actor? So unfortunately, there's no way that I could tell you who my favorite actor is of all time. It would just be impossible for me. But I can kind of narrow it down for my favorite contemporary actor, who, working today, that's Benedict Cumberbatch. Everything that I have seen Benedict Cumberbatch do throughout his career, I have absolutely loved. Were all the films good that he was in? No, but I really enjoyed him in each one of them. The man is such a versatile actor. He could really do any type of genre, any type of character. He can be straight, he can be funny, he can be a caricature, he could be an animated figure. And he's a versatile actor on all forms of media, not just in movies, but also on TV, with Sherlock, and then also on the stage with any Shakespearean show that he's in. And the man has already done so much in his very young career. He was in 12 Years a Slave, he was in War Horse, he was Doctor Strange, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, August, Osage County, and he's also ventured into the animated world with his performance as Smaug in the Hobbit films. He's also going to be voicing the Grinch coming up here soon. He can really do it all, and he kind of has done it all already. But aside from his acting ability, you gotta love Benedict Cumberbatch because he's such a great guy. He's always taking time for his fans. When he was in his Doctor Strange getup, he actually visited a comic book shop. A couple of weeks ago, he made a stand and said, I'm not going to be taking any more roles for acting unless everyone is paid equally. And also a couple of weeks ago, he stopped a mugging. This guy is awesome! So if I'm going to talk about Benedict Cumberbatch, I think we have to talk about the movie where he was nominated for Best Lead Actor. And this film is not only stellar due to his acting, it was also nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Adapted Screenplay, which it won, by the way. The Imitation Game is a biographical film on the life of Alan Turing, who was a famous mathematician who was assigned to crack the Enigma code, which was a famous communication tool used by the Germans in World War II. And this film explores Turing's process in cracking the Enigma code, and also shows him creating these little devices called Turing machines, or as we call them now, computers. That's right, I had no idea that this man invented basically the idea behind the modern day computer that we have. A device that can think for itself. It was so revolutionary back then. I mean, nowadays you can't walk 10 feet without seeing a device that can think for itself. But back then, this was so innovative, so revolutionary that it almost didn't get made. And according to this film, it almost didn't get made because Alan Turing is kind of a dick. He's a very socially awkward person. He doesn't really communicate well with others. He doesn't really understand humor or humanity, really. If you told him a joke, he really doesn't see it as a joke. He just kind of sees it as a statement, which is not his fault. It's just how his mind is programmed, but his delivery kind of comes off as dickish. Or at least dickish in the way that society says that it's dickish. So Alan Turing is on this team, and you can imagine that he's not working well with the others. And because of this, old man Lannister, at every chance he gets, is trying to shut this guy down. And this is such a delightful, straightforward, dramatic picture. I believe the term that you can use is Oscar bait for this film. No high explosives, no like very tense and aggravating dialogue. It's just a beautiful story. It's a beautiful situation with a fantastic script and fantastic directing. And like I said, this is biographical, and in any biographical picture, there are definitely timeline discrepancies of how events actually happen in real life, but seeing how I had no idea who Alan Turing was or that this situation even happened, I didn't give a shit. I just sat back and went along for the ride. And what an amazing ride it is with the lead actor Benedict Cumberbatch. His performance is so subtle and so internalized here. Just the subtle little knickknacks that this guy does. His stutter, his eye contact, the way he says certain words. I'll never get over how he says homosexual. 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 It's a terrible impersonation, but it sounded like that in my head. And this film does have flashbacks, and those mannerisms do translate to the younger child actor, which made me super happy because that doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes the child actor is doing something totally different than the adult, and, you know, things kind of get discombobulated. But this is such an amazing performance from Cumberbatch. I love that he took on this role that was very introverted and wasn't very commanding in his scenes. Usually with all the roles that he plays, whenever he's on screen, he is the focus of attention. Doctor Strange, John Harrington from Star Trek, when he was Smaug, he was all over the screen. But here, there are so many times where you kind of just see him in the back corner just doing his work and not eating up the scenery. And I love that choice. It tells me as an audience member that this guy, this actor knows what he's doing and he is confident even in his little subtleties that he has. Love it. Love his performance. And a nice little surprise with this film, we have a stellar performance from Keira Knightley, who has done some great work in the past, don't get me wrong, but it's never really, impacted me in any way. But her performance here got me. Such a genuine performance, such a genuine character. You just smile whenever she comes on screen. And if you think Benedict Cumberbatch is charming and attractive, then what does that make Matthew Good? He is the definition of charm. Whereas Cumberbatch is very introverted and doesn't eat the scenery, whenever Matthew Good is on screen here, he is all over the place. Target acquired Matthew Good's performance, and I absolutely love it. He's an asshole, but he's an asshole with good intent. And this film also has a gorgeous production design. The costumes, the props, the setting, everything screamed World War II era for me. And I just love seeing that time on screen. And I just love this story. I love the journey that Turing goes on from being kind of in his own shell and being a solo act to learning to work together with someone and then maybe in a bigger group and then making those important decisions that affect the entire world as a team. And I also love how they handled the message of homosexuality and how it was banned back then. It was illegal to love someone of the same sex. If you did and you were caught, you either went to prison or you went through rehab. And Turing struggled with this dilemma of being a homosexual but being in a world that did not accept them. It's such a heartbreaking thing to see. Does it weave perfectly in and out with the Enigma storyline? It kind of gets choppy here and there, but even with it being choppy, in the end, The Imitation Game is a fantastic watch. Beautiful production design, stellar acting. That's really the main reason to see this movie. These actors act their asses off, and they all give genuine, likable performances. Led, of course, by Benedict Cumberbatch, who is a fantastic actor. He's a stellar, upright, stand-up gentleman, and he's someone that I love and look forward to watching whenever he's on screen or whenever he's announced to be on screen. So I'm gonna give The Imitation Game 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I think I see blue. He looks glorious.
Alright everyone, so we are continuing our Journey to Episode 100 and Beyond series. And next time it's gonna be episode 90. Holy crap, we're going to be 10 episodes away from episode 100. How amazing is that? And we're going to be discussing a film that is starring my favorite actress. It's a toss-up between two different actresses, but I think one stands out just a little bit more. And I've loved her as an actress almost my entire life, in particular since I was in the 4th grade. I saw her in a role that changed my life forever. So 4th grade, I would have been 10 years old. Oh, and that's when everything started changing. That's really the only hint that I can give you for this actress and the movie that she's in. There's really no standout piece of dialogue from this film. I really enjoy it. And I really enjoy seeing her on screen because she's absolutely beautiful and she is an amazing actress. So everyone, have you seen The Imitation Game? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before, you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time with a movie starring my favorite actress. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.